the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, there's a few things that we definitely need to go over. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. XRP finds itself in it's a pretty interesting spot here, as we did recover a lot from a big drop, but now it looked like this morning we were building what looked like a rising formation, and the technical target just from before, when we broke down out of the rising channel, which is what we articulated it as before the drop happened, but we speculated if it fell out of there, we would have a technical target at right about, we have two targets. The bigger target, if we come through here, the bigger target brings you all the way down. And the only reason I show you that is because it was equal on both sides, just so you can see. The first target's the width of that rising channel. That's the longer target, down to 30.5 cents. The second target is that bear flag. Or, well, actually, it's the first target. But that's the bear flag. That technically had a drop point down to 39.72 cents. The first time we came down to 41.1 cents approximately, depending on chart. This is on the tether chart. On the ones not like the futures charts, it was about 42 cents. This happens to be the futures chart. So that's what's going on here with this. And now on the way back up, we created a bit of a rising formation, which doesn't mean it's guaranteed that this is going to, let me move this so it's not in the light of the pattern, but it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to come down. But we have to pay attention to the fact that if it falls outside of it, and especially if we get rejected on this rising channel, that would be a big indicator that we'd be coming back down farther. But if we can hold this and push past 50.5 cents, it can change it up a bit. But as of right now, we're still on the bottom side of where we need to be. So until you break it back to the top side, you always have this risk of falling some 20% down here. And then it could be even worse, but that's just the main area. And I would love for it, and to be transparent, I am an XRP holder, but just because of what's out in front of us and how close we are, I would love for XRP to just come back down here, get rejected in the 4-hourly, about a 20-day, do what you got to do, and come down here and retest this 38.9 cent area. So right around 39 cents, this uptrend. And that uptrend significant because it's the overall formation from when we went to all-time highs back in January 2018. Then we went from here, and it took us 27 months before we finally hit the floor right here in March of 2020, just above 10 cents. Then we bounced up at some point here to resistance, and that was at $1.98. That move, by the way, only took 9 days from 59 cents until it got to that target when it was ready to move. Then we came down and hit a multitude of times here on this uptrend. Then a third resistance we hit right here on this downtrending support at 75 cents. And every time we hit that resistance, we've come down to confirm that the uptrend was still intact. Right now, we still haven't hit that. So the question remains, are we going to end up coming all the way down here in this weekly candle, or can we reverse all the way now? Well, a big area of need to be would be over that 50.5 cents. If you look at this chart, it speaks the same thing. This is the handle support right now, and that's right around 503. So you want to, at least in worst case scenarios, be above those areas. Otherwise, you can institute that drop, and it can get a little messy here, depending on how far it goes. But at some point, we're going to become oversold. We still have a lot of room here, though, that this could drop, though. So we just need to pay attention to this and make sure that we're being honest with ourselves that, hey, we could have a drop here. We could have a drop here. But some other things we're watching over in the markets right now. Bitcoin is down 2,417 points. And Bitcoin is still within the range of consolidation. Right now, we want to be over this area at 63,444. As we can see right now, we're right in the area of consolidation. We're within the area, but right now we're on the bottom side. So if this plays bearish, we have a technical target down, and that could bring you all the way down to 49,537. There's a lot of reasons to think that could happen from a longer perspective. especially when you start pulling into the weekly, because we definitely need a little bit more. If it wants to consolidate, it could certainly do it, but that would be a technical target of 49,537. Now, I preface that by saying it could be, because even on a drop, you could be retesting that broadening wedge that we broke out from instead of resistance as support. And that, to be transparent, is right around 57K. It's like 56,950. And so right around 56,900 in current times. But this is telling us a breakdown would bring you down to 49,537 if it has a technical move down. And then if it technically broke up, the technical target would be 86,269. So quite the differential based on a breakup or breakdown. So that's something we're watching. I wanted to update the audience on everything and this is something I'm going to watch play out. But as of right now, I bought B2 Gold back, a rather large amount. And I bought it back. It was down more than 10%, about 13% from where I got rid of at the top. But I told everybody I had to keep everybody transparent. Right now, the first shot is right here. This uptrending support. So when it came down to it at 270, I got it at 272. And then if it breaks that, the next opportunity is going to be right around 260. So I'm going to be playing this like I used to when I start to get back into things, because there is a chance that this could rotate back down. It's just, there could be an opportune moment here if it does hold this uptrend. So I like to be in the opportune moments. And then gold, obviously, today reversed after being down, and it ended up closing today like $40 up. So we put in this W reversal, and that's what caused me to buy it back. It was down here. It hasn't really moved much, B2 Gold, but that's across the board. So Pan America Silver this time and First Majestic is where I'm at right now as well. So we'll see if the short-term mirage holds up. If not, I will show you my strategy, how I do it. But right now, there's certain levels that have to be attained. And the retracements have happened in a good positioning right now. And with some of the reversals happening with gold, and not just that, the further threat of this war, because now more news has come out, there's no place I'd rather be at than not just precious metals, but commodities as well. Because you're going to end up starting to see what the meaning of shortage starts to mean. But also cryptocurrency, if we can hold this retracement and not have this huge dump. But here's the thing. It actually benefits us to break down here one more time. Not because I want it to break down, or not because you want it to break down, or not because somebody watching, might not be invested and they can get in. It makes a lot of sense to break down because you retest that uptrend, prove the support's still there, prove this 78-month consolidation is still strong. And then everybody who bought in here that came up, you would at least liquidate, do whatever you got to do. But this is doing a myriad of things here. If we could come back down here, you are reaffirming a huge pattern. Not just that, you can start to clear out some technical zones here as well. Now, could it get to 30 cents? It's far-fetched because it's hard to believe that it would break that 78-month consolidation outside of a wick, which, hey, if anybody's familiar with the 2017 pattern before the parabolic run, we had quite the lengthy dump off. But what I'm watching here right now is specifically this, to see if we can come back outside of this, because when it was rising up, as I showed this morning before it broke down, it was more of a rising channel. And these are bearish reversals. And typically they'll come back down to where they started. So you could still see a spot at 45.5, but we'll see. Because this could all be invalidated if we could break up and start holding this rising channel area and push back to the top side. It's not invalidated till you break a myriad of things, but at least that's the first start here. So we got that with the technical analysis. We've had just a meh kind of day. The XRP Bitcoin pairing's up 2.61% right now. And this as well looks like it's traveling in that uh-oh moments, right? It's no different than what we're seeing with the XRP price. I mean, the more you do this, the more likely you're going to do that at the end. This doesn't exactly wreak strength when it does something, even if that's not what you want to see. This is just, ends up playing out like that. And then you're like, oh, well, it's not rocket science here. We're into a rising channel now. And that means that we're not much volume coming in now. And if we get any kind of momentum to the downside, it could just be something just like that. And then it could restart right here. It could come all the way down to the technical targets. So But this isn't exactly what I want to see. This looks like it's getting ready for a reversal here. I mean, it looks bullish for bearish price action here with XRP in relation to Bitcoin, unless XRP is going to fall faster than Bitcoin, which on this next drop, if we have one of those drops, it very well could be. But if we don't want this to happen, if you're looking for, well, Tom, how do we avoid this? We first have to get over that 50.5 cents and get back above that, not only the rising channel, but the handle support as well. We're also going to take a reading here tonight. We're going to talk about how XRP skyrocketed 300% in crypto investments product inflows, while XRP ETF talks disappear. Well, it's all speculation right now. Anyhow, I want to talk about how XRP is in danger of falling towards 40 cents. Is XRP in danger of falling toward 40 cents following the recent dump? I'd like to see other perspectives. We'll go through the comments here as well. Wow, there's 121 people here this evening. That's fantastic to see. And please make sure to hit that like button if you are watching so that YouTube recommends this live. It really does help a lot. Newer and older viewers alike will be able to find my content by YouTube recommending it. You hit that like button, it makes us part of the algorithm, and that means you can find me when you're scrolling through your YouTube feed. It's that simple. Other than that, make sure you have it right with your crypto exchange. Video description below and our pinned comments is BITUNIX. That is worldwide, as I found out now. Worldwide, XRP is available. You don't need a VPN to trade anywhere worldwide. And it has the lowest spot leverage trading fees in the USA for me especially. I can't speak about the rest of the world, but if it's low here, I can only imagine how low it is across the world. And then you don't need a VPN, and you only need to do a KYC if you want to do it from a bank and or like a debit card, or if you just want to validate who you are or verify it, your account. Other than that, you can send it from another exchange, withdrawal or deposit without doing any kind of verification. I have not. And I just, now that they have USDC, I know a lot of people were thrown off, as I was in the beginning with USDT. Now they have USDC that I can put my funds into when it's not in a trade. So now I have it where I want it to be at. So that's that. And then obviously the exchange does not go down during high times of volatility. That's the biggest thing to me. Even during that big dump here to 41 cents, it was up the entire time. So that speaks volumes. So good evening. 6:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, April 15th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And if you do appreciate my work, don't forget to subscribe and join the over, 21,400 subscribers. And one time per month, I ask my audience, if you could see it in your heart, to send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army and get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1, as they change all the way to 3 years. Well, 2 years right now. It'd be greatly appreciated for the time I put in. But make sure at the very least you hit that like button so YouTube has the ability to recommend this live. So we'll also, just in case anybody didn't read it this morning with me, real quickly, I'd like to read this very quickly. So there was 309, and I would love to know in the comments if anybody's seen this. There was 390 million XRP unloaded on a major Korean exchange, an epic whale move. In an eye-catching development with the crypto market, a substantial sum of 390.87 million XRP tokens was transferred today to BitDump, South Korea's second largest exchange. The transfer disclosed by Whale Alert involved approximately 201.1 million worth of XRP moving from wallet address. And then it shows it. Further investigation into the transaction reveals that the sender's address is linked to BitDump, having been activated over 4 years ago. Following the transfer, the sender's address was left with a nominal balance of 19.99 XRP, while the recipient address now holds, listen to this, where they sent this on BitDump, the wallet has only 19.99 right from the wallet, but on the BitDump now, there's 553 million XRP sitting there now. The only reason to take it out of the wallet and put it on an exchange is if you're looking to sell. Either that could mean a massive rally is about to happen and they're getting ready, or that means they're getting ready for an opportune moment here to dump it. 553 million on the exchange. So that would be the equivalent. If we had let's just say we had 553 million XRP on BITUNIX right now, just to put it in perspective. I'm going to get my calculator out. So 553 million sitting on the exchange right now. Now let's just say it's times 0.49. We'll cut it off a little bit, even though it's a little bit higher at, like, we'll call it 495, okay? So that's $273,735,000 sitting for sale right now. This person's got $273 million worth of XRP that came off of a wallet and is sitting on BitDump right now. So what do we make of that? Is this an anonymous wallet? Because I don't know about you, but the everyday folk can't have $273 million worth of XRP sitting there. So is this a whale? Or is this another thing that just happens to be coincidental? If there's going to be some kind of settlement, or what the hell is going on here? Because that is a lot of XRP. A lot of XRP. I think what it speaks to is a double bottom's coming at least. Or maybe that technical target of 30 cents is valid. And I know I took a lot of shit the other day because I liquidated everything but my XRP. And that wasn't by choice. That's because all these other things hit their sell points. I didn't want them to. But I've been holding for over a year. XRP is different than me, for me. I'm not looking to sell it because I believe on this move down, these will be monumental moments. And listen, just hear me out. If you thought XRP was a pile of shit before today, fine. But hear me out. Right now, the SEC is not only going after Ethereum, just in the last 24 to 48 hours as well, they're going after Uniswap. Now, Tom, what the hell is the importance of this, and why would this make you more bullish on XRP? That means they're going after the Ethereum ecosystem. Which ecosystem did Ripple, via the new stablecoin that's coming out, infiltrate by 5D chess, as I said before? The Ethereum ecosystem. What does this mean? Well, the new stablecoin on Ripple, which will be on the ledger, so the XRP ledger stablecoin, whatever they're going to call it, the ledger coin, they have that available on the ledger for the stablecoin, but also the only other ecosystem it starts on is Ethereum. Well, think about how this plays out for liquidity back to the XRP ledger. What happens when Ethereum and Uniswap, when the users now, they want to sell out of the Ethereum ecosystem? Well, if there's a stable coin that's from the ledger, they can simply sell it to that stable coin and easily bring it back to the ledger via it's in its own ecosystem now. It's in its backyard. So it's a flawless way to take your liquidity out of the Ethereum ecosystem. And then the same ones who won't want to be in it because of the impending lawsuit, now if there's a settlement or at any conclusion of this lawsuit, and by settlement now, I'm actually more in favor. Hear me out. And I know it sounds crazy. Give me the motherfucking lawsuit. Excuse my French, but we've been waiting a long time. So you know what? Give us the settlement now. Because now everybody from these other ecosystems are going to flood. They're going to flood into the XRP ledger via that ecosystem. And you know what? If they have to use the stable coin to get there out of the ecosystem of Ethereum, you damn well right they're going to. That brings a lot of liquidity. And they're going to go into XRP because they're going to say, you know what? At least we don't have to worry about a pending lawsuit. This is exactly what I talked about in 21 about being the first with clarity. And then it's all going to have a domino effect eventually. We're almost to that point. I was pointing to 25 4 years ago. And now we're almost there. Just think about that for a minute. Look at all that liquidity that's going to come into our ecosystem. So instead of selling, consider building bags that you never thought possible with profits. I made a lot of profits here. I've got a lot sitting to the side. And instead of going to 10,000 different tokens, I made a conscious decision. Now, it's not just going to be XRP, but it's going to be within mostly the XRP ecosystem. So XRP Healthcare, I did not liquidate, FYI. That's the one I did not, along with XRP. And Julie still has her Doge. She's got the Doge, because she won't release it ever, which is the kind of trader you need to be if you're looking for a bajillion move. But there's some serious steam that's going to come up here. If you think that move that they did with Ripple, entering the Ethereum ecosystem via the new stablecoin, hit that like button. There's only 84 likes. I want to see if you understand that move just as much as I do. We're going to finish reading this in just a second. But I want to see the comments very quickly, as I'm very excited about what's going on here. I really am, because I can see what's going on. I can actually see what's going on here, and it's pretty remarkable. It's a pretty remarkable thing that's going on. And I think that they're doing this on purpose. I really believe that this was set up on purpose now. Dodger, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. I greatly appreciate that. Rob, Coffee, welcome in. JW, my friend, thank you not only for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge, but also sending me a few XRP today. I've not received a donation in XRP in a little while. So I thank you so much for that. Seriously. That was quite generous of you, my friend. Coffee, welcome in. Harvey Boy, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 2 months with the emoji badge. The Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Matt Holden and ATK, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Matt says, somehow I'm unsubscribed every day now, and probably why I don't get notifications, which is weird since I'm a paid member. YouTube is stupid. I've resubscribed 3 days in a row now. Yes, I have noticed that with my other account. As you know, you'll see me in here with my ISO account sometimes. My ISO account is also a member of Tom's Army for over 2 years, and it keeps unsubscribing the last couple of weeks. I too have noticed this, and not just that, it hides the update from my other account, which is weird. Jacko, we'll continue talking about this, but we'll get into not just what's sitting on this exchange, but also the possibility of a dump here, and what we have to do to avoid another dump. But it certainly seems that we could be heading towards some kind of a double bottom. Simon B53, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. And we can relax together, folks. We can relax together. It's my number one go-to since I broke my back in 2006 when I was 23 years of age. Doctors want you on all the prescriptions. I took a different route after I realized what they were up to. But I won't say anything else. I don't want to get the hammer dropped on me. Joshua sold half his bag waiting on the drop. Well, it's a possible drop. It's not 100% guaranteed. So, you know, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. I didn't sell anything. I'm just looking to add. Well, I mean, other things I did. I did massively well. Massively well. Even with the B2 gold making, with my precious metals, I was up some 2,500. And B2 gold, I was able to buy it back 13% off just from selling it out early Friday morning and buying it back mid-afternoon on today. Yeah, I didn't want to get out of it, but I seen an imminent drop like that, so I was trying to add more to my bag. And now, I forgot to say, I have 2,222 tokens. JW, there's no small donation, my friend. You know why? Because that's your hard-earned money, whether it's $1 or $1 million. To me, although in nominal terms it's not the same, it's the expression and the and it's the pay-it-forward mentality that I respect. I love you too, my friend. One day we will sit and we will be toasting each other with a shot. I guarantee it. We just have to let this market play out in the way it's going to through 28. And we're both young enough to where this will happen. Let's see. Jerry Clark, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. UK Phil, good evening, my brother, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months now with the XP Meteor and being in the audience as always. I always love seeing you in here. One of the best names to ever say, Mario Louise Willemese. Thank you so much for tuning in, and that name tickles me. I could be in the worst of moods, and there's certain names I see here, and that one in particular when I say it, because I love that. It's almost like the best rhyme said. The best rhyme said in crypto. Mario Louise Willemese. I could be saying it completely wrong, but I don't even think it matters. Trader with J-Ride, thanks for tuning in and being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 badge. Yes, hit that like button, as he said. How are we doing right now? 89, we had 102. So we don't know. We're indifferent right now. We're indifferent. Theo goes viral. Welcome in. XRP Stu, good evening. Sully Mode, Marvin, welcome in. All of my friends are here this evening. Hopefully Miss Vicky's doing well. Miss Vicky's recovering from some broken bones over the last couple months. Hopefully she's doing well out there if she watches this after. Miss Vicky, our thoughts and prayers are with you still, as always. Hopefully Tanya's doing well as well. She hasn't been getting my alerts as often, which is a shame, but I know she's still around. John London, welcome in. Why did XRP and XLM not go up like the other coins? But when everything crashes, they crash. Hey, I can tell you guys a different conspiracy. Ready? Did XRP and XLM not go up? Or hear me out. Let's be honest here. We're all friends here. Is it that XRP and XLM didn't go up? Or with the news that happened in July that XRP and XLM front run the first move? I'll let you think about that while I continue saying hi to everybody. And let me know what you think about that, John and everybody else. Could it not be true that XRP and XLM already did a 1x or 2x or 3x move, in fact, before the market ever did anything? Ooh, nobody ever remembers that. That's speculation and conjecture on my part, but it really did happen. Jack of all trades, welcome in. We going for a dump? We'll go over that. Sean Crothers, welcome in, my main man from Maine. And Ahmad, I appreciate you being in here. Yes, Jules is relaxed. She's actually doing some crocheting inside watching TV, so I decided to come out here so she could watch the TV. Well, she's not really watching, but she likes the background music. MR says, Tom, thanks so much for your support and all the great analysis. Unfortunately, I'm unsure about if selling a part of my bag to catch a drop or just holds. Yeah, honestly, I prefer in this moment to not sell the bag and to, honestly, to buy more into it. If you're comfortable in the asset, obviously. I know, JW, right? Right, it is it is a brain scratcher, isn't it? And it's a teaser. Yeah, whales. I don't know if it's whales in particular, but we'll go over this because I'm going to get through this because we really need to get going. But we're caught up here now. So Devin, welcome, and yes, she's doing very well. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over a year with the I Told You So band. Oh, you mean with Miss Vicky? Yes, we all hope she's doing well right now. We really do. And then just outside of that, Jordan, welcome in, my friend, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. All right, now that we're caught up, let's finish this. So as we know, there's over $250 million right now from a whale. So if you're just tuning in, a whale unloaded $390 million out of a wallet, and that wallet's down to 19.99 XRP. Those 390 million XRP happened today, but it's been determined by Whale Alert, and that's why I like this, that there's 553 million XRP in that BitDump account right now. And there's no reason to load it out of a wallet and back to an exchange unless you're looking to cash in. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but if I own XRP and I want to put it in a wallet because I'm not interested in selling, it's going to sit in the wallet. The moment I want to make money, it's coming out of the wallet and going back to an exchange. And right now there's 553 million XRP valued at over 200 and, what is this? I believe it was over $250 million sitting in this wallet. So is there a dump coming? It sure as hell is suspicious. It's worth $273.735 million right now, that wallet. So there's a wallet on BitDump that has dumped everything out of their wallet except 19.99 XRP, maybe just to keep the trust open. But they took out 553 million in the last several days out of that wallet and put it on the BitDump. So 273 million is sitting there. So this subsequent substantial movement of XRP coincides with its rise to become one of the top 3 tokens traded on BitDump, capturing 7.44% of the exchange, total turnover of 941 million, yada, yada, yada. So that's something that's very important to pay attention to. We'll read into this after, but for the ones coming into here, that was something, we'll also get into this after, but that was something I really needed to get into. I needed everybody to at least see that so we could at least come to an educated and informed conclusion here. What the hell is going on here? What do we think's going on? Do we think this is building towards a dump? Do you think this is a flex? Or do you think that, like somebody said, BitDump is just loading up because they expect a massive buy? Like, could this be a possibility where it's just to stack the reserves? That's also the other way to, that's what I want to know. Because this doesn't seem like a normal whale movement. Just to me, it doesn't. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. My gut tells me it's probably a dump, only because of the formation coming up. Even if I didn't know about that whale movement, even if I didn't know about the 553 million sitting on BitThump, just seeing this rising channel here that formed out of a broken multi-year trend that we were in, that has a technical target right now at minimum of 40 or 39.72. I mean, that's an issue. That 45 was just to show that there was support there. But the targets here right now, that's the important of this. And the 2 hourly, it's not doing us any favors right now. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We could try to start invalidating this movement by getting back over 505 and start pushing up. But if you start looking at this farther out as well, we're below the mid-tier handle support right now. And being below that mid-tier handle support, if it breaks down, you're going to have a lofty break. And no, 2 cents isn't the end-all be-all, but that could be, you know, in the realm of possibility. But maybe, you know, that's worst-case scenario. But it seems to be more likely is losing that mid-tier handle support. We'd come down here to the uptrend and continue to play this pattern instead of having the cup and handle at play. Which you can still keep that in play. It would come down in a further handle. It could be a wick. So oh, I love people. Tom, I'm sure you're a nice person, but I don't think you have any idea what's going on. You've lost me so much money the last 3 months with your TA. It's ridiculous. Well, anybody who's in the audience knows that's ridiculous, because the TA I talk about in the trades, my friend, I'm in the trades that I speak of, and I've been in them for a long time. But you're speaking of the everyday movement. You're not supposed to, if you buy it at the wrong times, that's an indictment on you. So, I mean, that's a great flex. I'm sure you're a nice person too, but obviously you're not a good technical trader. But if you've lost money in the months, you know, I don't know what to really say about that, because the technical analysis is the analysis. You have to come to an educated and informed decision. So honestly, what it sounds like to me is you're just here to blame somebody, because if you're going to say a YouTuber lost you money, I mean, that's one way to know that maybe you shouldn't be trading in cryptocurrency. But the other thing is nobody watching should have lost money if you're trading the exact trades I do. I'm just saying, if you make the same trades I do, it's impossible to be down. I mean, so ATK said, I bought a car with Tom's TA. I paid cash for, I remember this, $38,000 car. And I'm not looking for endorsements, believe me, but I've heard this from other people too. I mean, I don't need to hear it. I just see my portfolio. Like I said, I don't go to a 9 to 5, and it's not because of YouTube. It's because of what I do in trading. I was doing this before YouTube. So I'm not, but he said 38,000 car. I've only been following Tom for 8 months. Do your homework, homeboy. Indeed. But there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing that kind of stuff, though, because there's a way. There's a way. And furthermore, I'm not sure how you lost money. Did you buy precious metals as well? I wish you would have. Or even the commodities. Like, I'm not sure how you could have been losing money. It's amazing. XRP has gone down in the last month, but why would you sell in the last month? Exactly. Like to me, like, if we're riding this all out, what exactly would change your opinion to sell XRP now and not, like I said, continue to put money to the side, like through swing? I've even offered, see, this is the ironic thing. If you've lost so much money, see, we can call bullshit only because of 2 facts. One, and we don't even have to talk about commodities and precious metals or anything like that. One, we did an AMP trade, and I told everybody to buy it at 0048, and I said within a matter of a couple days, I felt a 250% move coming. And I bought 93,000 tokens, and that turned into a several $1,000 profit trade. And then we immediately sold that at 1.7 cents and turned that in to precious metals. And hold on, and this isn't me validating, this is just what we did recently, and we turned that into a commodity stock First Majestic that proceeded to go up 48% before we ended up selling it and repositioning on a 7.1% dump. So I don't even know how you could be down. Not just that, we started buying XRPL at 1.9 cents and it's at 5.8. So if you're just talking about XRP, you still shouldn't be down because we bought it at 34 cents. So I have no idea what you're talking about. If you bought XRP in the rally, I didn't even advise anybody to buy it the whole time up. I haven't bought a single XRP when it was up. I don't know. See, when you get talk like this, it's so crazy because I also told the audience to buy silver at 16 bucks and 17 bucks and gold at 1,700. So it's amazing that you would say I've lost you so much money. You know, that actually is a way of, it's not a stake to the heart, believe me. It's just a way for me to know I can't trust what you say. It went to 75 cents, homie. Homie, I talked about 75 cents from 48 cents before that move ever happened. And then it was a retest that could have went up to 75. I see what you're talking about. The ascending formation that had it broke up at 75, that had the exact same target down at the exact same time if it broke down to the target we've already hit. You've got to look at it both sides. I don't predict price to go up or down, Holmes. So don't try to play it off like that. That's gaslighting me, and I don't like that. That just proves that you're not paying attention to what I actually do. You're buying it based on a possible move if it broke out of an ascending formation, or if it breaks up, which I've said over and over, there's going to be 15% of the time, even in a cup and handle, it can break down. And even if bearish, when it hits 75 cents, that would be the move, even if bearish. It hit 75 cents, friend. If you're talking about when it consolidated back down in the chance in an ascending formation, that's where I say, respectively and humbly, you need to learn technical analysis. But, you know, it's all good. I just know personally, if my technical analysis was bad, I'd be working a 9 to 5 right now. Because I wouldn't be able to live. Believe me, I don't do any paid sponsorships or anything on YouTube. So the only money I make is about $900 a month right now in advertising that YouTube, by promoting my channel, they make everybody, and me included, I have to watch advertisements for them to put my content out there. And I make about $900 a month on that. And then whatever people in Tom's Army or the YouTube super chats I get. So certainly not enough to pay the bills as of yet for YouTube. Not even close. But my trading is what allows me to do what I got to do and be home. So, I mean, I feel bad that you're not up right now, but you got to get into the flow, friend. You got to get into the flow because you're costing yourself a lot. How could you be down in 3 months still, just on XRP? What would make you buy it in 3 months when it got up to those levels? I don't understand. If you didn't buy, whatever. But this is why it's good to have an open and honest discussion here. It's good to hear these things. But to say, So listen to, hey brother, if you're listening to me, if you're relying for my TA, listen to the goddamn TA, no offense. Listen to the TA. If you're listening to the TA, you've got to do the analysis though. I'm not telling you to buy or sell, friend. You're the one making the decision. I give you the analysis, and you have to make the decision what it's going to do. So that's, I mean, I want to acknowledge you, but your comment right there, you're playing the victim. Don't play the victim. I give you the analysis. It's your job to make the right call, not mine. I even tell you when I buy. So you're buying against when I didn't buy. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. But I understand because you're looking for somebody to blame, but at the same time, you're putting the wrong, whatever. You know what they say? That's all I can say. I don't know what to say. Tanya, welcome in, love. Appreciate you tuning in and being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I told you so badge. Imagine in the last 3 months when this community's made so much money, I've lost somebody money in 3 months. BITUNIX gives you a worse price than Coinbase though to sell. So I don't know. That's not true. How can it give you a worse price? You're set. My friend, it's based on the volume, the supply and demand on the exchange. Just wait 2 seconds, it'll go to a different price. I could say the same thing. I can watch the Coinbase and say, oh, it gives you the better. Okay, so anyhow, I can see what's going on here. I can see what's going on. I'm feeding into the negativity, so it brings out the light in the negativity. So we got to go back to positivity. No, it's not that you're not an expert, but you could certainly send it to another exchange. Yes, you could. If you find another exchange, some people do this. It's lower on one exchange. You go to another exchange because it's a different price and you make more money. That's the truth. You can do that. I show the positive and negative every single time. And I mean, it's unbelievable. Even in this rising channel, we talked about if it broke up towards that 75 and 91 once it got above. But we've also talked about when it starts to come lower, and it's always up there. It's not just here. The targets are on both sides of the fence. So yes, you're looking at the $1.20, 93, 75. But what was the biggest mid-tier handle resistance that we've talked about that was a huge problem that at any time, if it was below 62 cents, it could at any time come to 50 cents. And then if it breaks that, worse. That's been in the analysis for months. It's called the mid-tier handle resistance. I put it there for a reason. I want everybody to pay attention to what's actually being said in the audience and the actual truth of what's going on. You got to have the attention span and the capacity to hear what I'm saying as well. No, but by me, I am letting it go in my own way. I'm also showing technical analysis so that everybody can see what's actually going on. But, you know, that's what's going on. So that's XRP. I don't even know what else more I can say about XRP on this evening. Tanya's here, so HBAR is down 4.85%. And anybody with us on HBAR, we know the circumstance. Once this broke at 10 cents, we were out. Why? Not because we couldn't buy back in, but because we had wrote it from 5.2. This proved at 13.6 to be bearish, as it had a bearish consolidation. After it proved bearish, when it broke down, it didn't look bearish at first. We thought we could break out. But we also had the target. If it broke up, we knew 17.1. If it broke down, we know it can come down to 6 cents. Maybe worse if it breaks down, but that's why it was worth selling at 10 cents, and then you can buy it back 40% cheaper if you want. It's beautiful. But either way, I was rooting for it to go up. It came down, so my sell order got triggered at 10 cents when it came through. That was a risk too, because there was a possibility that it triggered, and at 9.8 it almost pulled in a W reversal. Then I would have been screwed. Because then by the time I got back on, Uphold, you couldn't have made the trade again because you know how much it charges you. Mo says, I'm very transparent. I appreciate that, Mo. I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate you being in Tom's Army for multi-months now. Continuing to re-up. That's an awesome thing to see. Tanya does say that a lot. If it's easy, well, I'll read it, what she said when she says it. But right now, we're in a tough spot here. We haven't fulfilled the technical target, but there's certainly a chance at a reversal or to retest the drop point. So if you want to buy back into this stuff, obviously, there's areas to buy. There's opportunities to buy. It's very tough for me not to buy, or for me to buy before it gets to technical targets. But I have a different strategy now. You know, last year when we were buying, it's different. Now it's different. Now I'm also looking at the DEX, and I'm looking at different things within the old XRP Ledger ecosystem, because I know there's going to be a flood of money coming into the ecosystem once this XRP case is resolved one way or another by trial or settlement, and also do the stable coin that'll be on the Ethereum ecosystem as well. So all that money is going to flood into the XRP Ledger, into the XRP ecosystem, just via that one small move. Because no one's going to want to stay in that ecosystem now that Uniswap, and especially if Ethereum ends up, if they take this farther, everybody's going to exit. It's going to be a mass exodus, and that money's got to find its way home somewhere. So Ripple did us a service here by allowing basically a fork to go from Ethereum to the XRP ledger. So it's from that ecosystem to our own. So my whole mindset is evolving as well. So, and I'm starting to find out some honest truth. Some might find it to be hard truth, but it's honest truth. A lot of this stuff, Algo, IOTA, Shiba, Doge, XRP, outside of right now, XLM and XDC. So right now, XRP, XLM, XDC are more tied. But in tradition, if you have an ISO token, basically, as long as they have utility, they're all doing their same thing at different price points. They're all making the similar moves. So what I've started to notice is it's the ones that you don't hear talked about on YouTube. It's the ones within the DEX. You know, it's the ones that just pop up, and it's like a Velo with the Stellar ecosystem. It was so cheap, and all of a sudden it just, you're talking, you can make, this is where the thousands and thousands of percent come before these tokens have ever really found a home to the major exchanges. And now that I'm starting to understand this logic more, and that's how I found XRP Healthcare. I started looking through the ledger, and then when I found it, I found so many through the ledger, it was crazy. And there's some that I really like, but this was the one that blew me out the freaking water when I read the whole roadmap. You guys all know the story. But this is what I'm saying, my focus is changing. And yes, I love HBAR and VeChain and Zill like the next guy. I gotta remember, these are all billion token cryptos. I'm not looking as much necessarily for billion token supplies. I want them in the millions. I want them with, I want something that's going to be big, or that's in big. You know, that's right now not on major exchanges. Maybe you can only find it within the ledger. You know, but there's certain things that I think we're not talking about right now. You know, a lot of the things are, XRP's great, and I'm going to own that forever until it gets to the promised land, because it's going to. Its ecosystem is strong, but my promised land is different than everybody else's. The promised land for XRP for me is $10. And that's because on 10,000 tokens, you can turn it into 6 figures. And I think it's well within it. And I don't think it would stop at 10, but I think it will 100% hit $10 in its lifespan. So that's a logical target for me, because I think it can happen realistically, especially with the emerging funds that are going to be coming into crypto as well. I think that's realistic. I think that's a realistic target. So now my goal is not to have 10,000, because I had over 10,000, but I was selling it when it was higher as well. Everybody knew. All I was holding was 10,000. That's what I was going to keep. I was up near 15 at one point. But I would use it to buy stuff when it was higher. Everybody knows. I used it sometimes to shift it into metals, whatever the case was. But 10,000 is still held. It will never be sold right now. The goal now is to build this up, if I get the opportunity, maybe to 20,000, 15,000, who knows how high. But then it gives you leverage. So now $10 would be, if you have 20,000, is $200,000. Whereas before I would have had to get to $20 for that to happen. You know, or now I only need to get to $5 to make 6 figures. You see what I'm saying? You know, I'm trying to position it now because I believe we're very undervalued because of this lawsuit. It's very unusual for an asset never to go back to all-time highs and at least retest it once. But it's very obvious why it's happening to XRP. There's so much liquidity to be grabbed at the top, it's insane. Casper, yes. Casper is one of them that, you're right about that. Casper, Sologenic, Corium, right around the similar circulating supplies or total circulating supplies. Those are the ones that should be more desirable. That's why Casper, to me, on the next drop, everybody asked me what I'm doing with everything else. There is a scenario where if Casper played out properly, and I'm glad Devin brought this up, a rejection here could bring you to 007. If Casper goes to 007, I'll have over 100,000 tokens. That's why deep down, and that's why if you're watching me too, I show both sides. I get more optimistic when I know what I can do on a dump, but I also get more upbeat and more positive when it's towards the top side here, because I'll be saying we have the potential of, if we break over and have a successful backtest of Now we have a potential of. So the same thing we could say when it was going up, now we have the same thing. The potential of for Casper, and this is measured out well in advance. All you have to do is recognize the pattern. There's a chance that Casper falls, and this is crazy, some 78% if this breaks down. So if this happens, I'm trying to fucking farm here, okay? And this is the same thing that could happen with XRP if it goes to 30 cents. That's not unlike a 70% drop here. So, and to me, that looks like a bearish candle by design. That daily candle, I don't care what it shows being green, that's a gravestone doji. Does anybody who understands technical analysis see what I see there in a gravestone doji, that it's a design bearish? This is a bull trap right now on that reversal candle. That looks like a gravestone doji there. But that's just, hey, some advice. Not even advice. This is some long-term consideration if this breaks down like it's teasing and it goes down to that target. If that happens, you better believe I'm backing the truck up. Well, yeah, Mike, if XRP does the actual drop in totality, and there will be bounces back and forth, and we'll know before it, theoretically we would know. But XRP's actual technical target, believe it or not, if this cup and handle fails and you use that as the technical drop, you could technically go all the way down to 2 cents. So, you know, so that's where you have to put it in perspective. If you own 10,000 XRP right now and it goes down to 2 cents, well, you might have to buy 90,000 more XRP just to make the ship right. If you hear what I'm saying here. If you buy 90,000 tokens and you own 10,000, you buy 90% at 2.2 cents. It's going to bring your average very close to just about a double up, if not a little bit more away from getting back to, it's going to be a very quick road back to even. If you hear what I'm saying. So, Casper. I don't got time to talk about Casper. It's part of the ISO. There's a lot, man, with Casper, it would be, I've talked about Casper so much, it'd be an injustice. It'd be an injustice just to talk about it in 2 seconds. Casper is a big player when it comes to, see, I can't really talk about it because I'll get banned. But more into the, let's just say it's into the smart side of town. When we go into the smart town, with smart, maybe not computers, but smart technology, okay? Think of the whole next generation of technologies. There you go. Enterprise, thank you. Can't get in trouble with that word. So, Casper is designed to accelerate this developer adoption of blockchain, blah, 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 blah. We want to get into... So you can go here and look. How about that? If you want to know, go to Casper, go to the Casper network and look at it. Because I don't really got time to go into all that. I want to talk about XRP. I don't really rank them worst to best with ISO tokens. I just know if you want ISO, it's not just ISO though if you're going that route. The ISO and IoT ones as well for the smart homes, the smart cities, so smart technology. So I like, and this is in no particular order, for the ISO, XRP, XLM, XDC. Also for the ISO, I like HBAR, I like Algo and IOTA. I also like Casper, which is CSPR. I also like Solo and Corium, but they're not the big ones in that. You don't really look at those. Those are off of the ecosystem, you know, but those are the main ones that I like. Now, when you're talking about the IoT, and I could have missed one, but the IoT, I like VeChain, Digibyte. You know, or IOTA is part of the IoT and ISO, ironically, so take it for what it is. And then you've got Theta and you've got Filecoin. They're just a little more expensive. Those are the ones on the IoT side. Think of the Internet of Things. But it's in no particular order. I happen to own pretty much all of them before, you know, the recent dump that happened. We had our sell orders that I was very open about where they were at when I put them in. DGB. Oh, DGB is so awesome. Speaking of DGB, I feel very empty. I got empty nest syndrome because it sold at like 1 point. Well, it didn't even sell close to the top because there was a sell at 1.8. Only because I was somewhere around there. I have to look at it. But when it broke the structure, I knew, well, yeah, 1.838. Somewhere around there is when I put it in. 1.8. Anyhow, but now DGB, no, not even way up there. It was right here. What am I talking about? 1.592. So that's where, when it broke, that's where I was willing to let it go. But only because, yes, the first drop is here. But if it loses this whole big pattern, and this is what everything looks like. This is why I've hoped that we're going to get a very nice buy here again, everybody, for DGB and a lot of other things. That pattern, after it broke this, it's never retested. It's very rare you don't retest this. So I anticipate it to come all the way to like 0.008 at some point. To at least retest it at worst. And look, these are bearish by design. Look at these in the daily. Come on, guys and gals. Anybody who's watching me, does that look like a gravestone, or am I just tripping here? Give me something. Or at least please hit that like button so YouTube recommends this live. I've done a lot here. There's no new members of Tom's Army or no donations. So please give me the communication, or at least the like button. If you want to give me the like button, that would be great. No. I didn't have a stop loss. It's not liquidated. See, no. Nigel, not liquidated. It hit my limit sells because when it broke certain areas, I was up a lot on a lot of crypto. It's not a liquidation. I was not leverage trading. It's spot trading. XRP, I didn't have a limit sell on. I refused to, because that one I have to do at my own disposal. Have to do something at my own disposal. I don't have anything set for XRP. I refuse to. That's the only one. If I had it on, it would have been at 50 cents. XRP, though, like I said, I had 15,000 going in, 10,000 to hold permanently. So I was able, through the moves up, to get pretty much the entirety of the whole purchase of XRP back. So that's not my issue. It was never about selling them, never to buy them back. It was, a lot of them was for the bear market rally. I've talked about this. So if anybody's been a part of this, I talked about the bear market rally at 24 and the bull run at 25. I've said this a billion times, but not for anybody who's new. It might not be a billion times, but this is what I was speaking of back in 21, even when I sold out, in 22 and 23 coming into it. No, Nigel, don't be sorry, but I appreciate that though still, because I just want you to understand that, yeah, I think a lot of people misunderstood. I was not on any leverage. Don't think that. Oh, JW, thank you so much for the $3 donation. I greatly appreciate that. Keeps me from going broke on the line. Hold on. I need to read what that person said as well. I really feel like that could be a trap candle, though. And they're all happening. It's not just DGB. They're all happening on the bottom side of these targets, these resistance zones. Great update on my XRPH problem. I found a support email for the company and told them about my $700 worth of XRP I lost in their swap. Hold on. See, this is brilliant. He says, within a couple of hours, they sent me all of my XRPH. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you for that, CJ2 Pilot, because I had one issue and almost instantly it was solved. So I said I would let this play out and I wouldn't speak until CJ2 Pilot told us, but I said until further notice, tread cautiously, because I have not, since he told me that, I have not staked anymore. I stopped it at 55,000. So I'm glad that he gave us that update, because I've had nothing but great experiences with them as well. So But I only like to speak on my own, you know, for what happened to me. So the more bad that happens and then the resolutions we get, the more confidence I have every day. So now on the next drop, I'm going to buy more. And I'm going to stake more. Ooh, it's down 10.2%. Let's go. Let's see. So this is actually a good thing. We got a big bear flag. So everybody, if you're looking to buy more XRP or XRP healthcare, that's a giganto bear flag happening here. Ooh, this is big. If you haven't bought yet, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Because look at this. Beautiful. See the analysis? So it came up. Okay, so this, the reason there's the two charts here, and I'll explain it to anybody who's new. This showed the breakout, the initial breakout. We had a technical target to 6.2. Within this first breakout, to get confirmation, we came back down where I circled to hit the technical retest, and then we formed this little formation. It's a little ascending formation. Out of here, we hit a big move. Then we created this descending formation. Now, on this formation, it not only came down and retested the old breakout, it tested the support of the descending formation, and now had it have played true the technical targets all the way up at 9.3. It ended up breaking down here. That doesn't mean it's not going to break out at a later time, but now we have to see where the technical target is. And well, believe it or not, that's the technical target is right here at 4.3 cents. So, and that would be if it breaks down and holds, and we based it here on the 200-day as it turns out. Oh, well, very nice. So, but anyhow, you can even do it at that 6.2 level. It's up to you. I don't really care where you do it. But on the 30-minute time frame, I just advise you to do it where it's got this death cross coming. So, technically, we could have a big drop coming if it plays true. But typically, we know when you fail, and let this be a lesson for anybody with XRP's current formation, if we continue, if we just do this without a volatile swing up, if you just do this, at some point you're going to come down if there's no volatile move up. And once you come down, the technical target is always to the bottom of the channel. So, and I'm almost going to guarantee if you just move it up to that 6.2, it'll probably line up better. Because you'd probably have a retest there, but everybody sees what's going on here. So if you're looking to buy this, make sure that you invalidate this drop now. Whoops. Make sure you invalidate this, because if you're going to buy it right now because it's down 10.5%, even from right here, if it comes down, that's 23%. Now, it could have a quick rally up to that resistance again and have a little fake out as well. But we could invalidate it too. You know, so it's one of those things. But technically, on this breakout here from this part of the formation, on this chart, the back test hasn't technically happened yet, because every time it comes over, it breaks down. So you could have a technical back test here right around the 4.6 level. Would be right in the, this would be in the back test right now if it had this breakdown. But let's just say it does it from the resistance zone here. Okay, there you go. So if it drops down, we're not going to have an overzealous push. We'll just say that's the technical drop down. And that's out of what looks like a bear flag is forming here. So, and a bear flag is exactly what it sounds, and it's the opposite of a bull flag. Whoops. So, I mean, that's what it looks like is formed there. So, pay attention to that. But I love XRP Healthcare and what it stands for. I'm very eager to watch what happens here in precious metals, because yes, I got to buy in 5 and 7% cheaper on a couple. Well, on B2 Gold 13%, but I'm in Pan America Silver too now, which is what I wanted to get in, but I had to wait for a little bit of a pullback there. But I have to be very, very eyes on here with precious metals, because one of two things is going to happen. This is going to blow past here, or this is just a fake out, and this is going to come up and then come down. But in either event, it looks like to me it should come up here regardless. up to that 24.47, and that was a technical move. So I don't know, it looks like something big's happening here, because silver as well, man, it's so undervalued right now. It just, we'll see if it gets past here, because right now we're gonna have some kind of spike here, because the volume is kind of dropping off here. So it's gonna have some kind of correction here overnight or something. 4 hourly looks great, but with the threat of war here, I think precious metals, as I've been saying for a long time, it's where it needs to be. The DXY, Tanya, does need a dump. It's just, it filled out this technical move up to 106.23 as of right now. But the bigger target off of this broken formation to the top side, that target's 110, technically. So it does need, but these are fear trades, they call them. Money's moving into the perceived safety of the US dollar. So that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. And I also have a $3.50 call out right now that goes out until January of 25 on B2 Gold. See if it gets to $3.50 by the early next year. It's a $750 call option. I put the $350 I turned into $750 on that silver call into this, so we'll see what happens over the next few months. Pretty excited to see how this plays out. It's kind of a way I build a bankroll on the side of crypto. Plus B2 Gold, I like to hide my money in when it's in a good spot, because right now the dividend's damn near 6%. So that's just easy money that comes in every couple months as well. John Patak, welcome in, my friend. I greatly appreciate you being here. I know we've been here longer than I expected. But I did have a lot to talk about this evening, a lot of catching up, and a lot of misunderstandings, or just, a lot of fires to put out as well. But I need to talk about this real quick, and then I'm going to let everybody go. I got to go help Julie. Kids got school in the morning, so, I'm short on time here. XRP skyrockets 300% in the crypto investment product inflows, while XRP ETF talks disappear. In the latest weekly fund flows report by CoinShares, the cryptocurrency investment landscape has witnessed a notable shift, with XRP emerging as a standout performer despite an overall outflow of $126 million from digital asset investment products. XRP-focused vehicles have bucketed the trend by attracting a staggering 300,000 in inflows over the past 7 days. This marks a remarkable 300% surge compared to the previous week, reflecting a significant uptick in investor sentiment towards XRP-related financial instruments. With total inflows into investment products reaching 11 million since the beginning of the year, XRP has positioned itself as a leading contender among altcoins, surpassing the likes of Solana and Cardano. However, it still trails behind heavyweights like Polkadot, Litecoin, and Ethereum in terms of overall fundraising. The surge in XRP investment comes at a time when broader market dynamics are shifting. While Bitcoin retained positive month-to-date inflow despite experiencing 110 million in outflows last week, Ethereum faced significant challenges, witnessing 29 million in outflows for the 5th consecutive week. That could be because the investors are becoming afraid of what could be with the Ethereum becoming part of this lawsuit now with the SEC because of unregistered security. Despite the promising influx of funds into XRP investment products, the once buzzing talks of full-fledged XRP ETF have dwindled in recent months. Instead, attention on the U.S. regulatory landscape has shifted toward the Ethereum ETF, with prospects for its approval diminishing as the May 23rd deadline approaches. The fate of an XRP ETF remains uncertain, contingent upon regulatory developments and industry dynamics. As XRP continues to demonstrate resilience and attract investment amid market volatility, the possibility of regulatory hurdles being overcome could reignite discussion surrounding XRP ETF. There was one more I wanted to read too, if anybody see this. Because we talked about that possible dump. This is some technical analysis outside of my own. So if you are here, before you leave, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this live after I'm off. If you're looking to trade XRP worldwide and you don't want to use a VPN, and for me personally, it gives me the lowest fees when I buy and sell in the USA, look at BITUNIX. Also, you can leverage trade and spot trade there, and it's up during high times of volatility. And if you don't want to do KYC, you don't have to, but If you're going to do it from a bank account or withdrawal to a bank account, obviously you want to be able to identify yourself. So they also have that ability as well. So is XRP in danger of, and if you made it until the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments. And after this, I'm going to go. Is XRP in danger of falling to 40 cents or toward 40 cents following in the recent dump? A Ripple price analysis. Ripple has recently undergone a significant plunge, witnessing a 34% decline and breaking below the 100 and 200-day moving averages and a multi-month ascending trend line. However, the price seems likely to enter a period of consolidation in the short term, followed by heightened volatility. A careful examination of the daily chart reveals that Ripple has encountered intensified selling pressure, leading to a substantial downturn. Following the decline, the price breached several critical support levels, including the 100 and 200-day moving averages and the multi-month ascending trend line. However, XRP ultimately settled around a pivotal support region located at 47 cents, which has attracted notable demand. Currently, Ripple is undergoing a pullback to the broken trend line. A successful completion of this pullback would signal a continuation of the bearish completion of this pullback. Would signal a continuation of the bearish trend. However, the cryptocurrency's broader outlook suggests a period of sideways consolidation near the crucial 47-cent mark, according to the 4-hour chart. A closer examination of the 4-hour chart reveals significant fluctuations following the formation of potential head and shoulders pattern, culminating in a pullback to its neckline. Consequently, the price experienced a notable decline, eventually finding support at the critical region of 47 cents. This level acts as a robust barrier for Ripple sellers, potentially preventing further declines in the medium term. However, the current lack of momentum suggests a prolonged consolidation phase between 47 and 55 cents until resistance, or 55 resistance until market dynamics favor either buyers or sellers. In the event of a successful breach below the pivotal support level, an extended bearish trend toward the 40-cent support zone could ensue. Conversely, should buying pressure emerge around the 47-cent range, a rebound toward the 55-cent resistance level becomes likely. I appreciate everybody who continued to tune in. It doesn't look like I'll be getting my hair cut anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. For anybody who's new who doesn't know, last July I told everybody that I would not cut my hair until XRP hit $1. There's a whole story behind why I decided to do that. But it's almost been 10 months now, and my hair's getting pretty darn long now. So for everybody who said XRP could never go under $1 again, when we sold at $1.66 in the bear market, or in the bull, well, an epic bear market rally, but the bull market of 21, eat your hearts out. Eat your hearts out. But we've got lots of opportunity here, folks, so don't give up. Don't give up. Remember, we're going to be the only cryptocurrency with clarity, as we said. We're not yet. Everybody who says we are, we're not. For retail, maybe, but not for the whole shebang. We need something to happen by settlement or by, trial. So that's what I got, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate